Hi everyone, long time no see. I hope you're doing good. Today, if you clicked on this video with the title that said something like how to respond to challenges instead of reacting in such a way that actually creates change in your life, then you are in the right place. Today, I want to teach you a few mindfulness principles that will get you out of some hot water through stories. Okay, so I want to share a few 3 4 stories that you will always remember, and you can use the lessons from those stories to get yourself out of any challenges that you may face. Okay, so we'll start off with the first story, which is my own personal story. So this is the story of the time few days ago when I got locked in my own room. Okay, so I got locked in my room for 20 minutes. I tried every way to. So the lock is this Indian door lock, we call it tala in Hindi. I don't know what you guys could call it in English. I'm just going to call it as a lock. It's this little strip on top of the door which you push up like that. So what happened is it has this knob that you can pull down and open the door. But in my case, the knob was stuck. So I kept trying to pull it for 20-25 minutes, reacting to the situation of being locked in the room. I kept trying to pull down on that knob. I pulled down and I pulled down and I pulled down and it wouldn't move. It was just stuck there. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's stuck because it needs some oil. So again, not really pausing, I'm reacting. So I take some oil and I put it onto the lock. And what does that do? It makes everything slippery. Now I can't even hold on to it and I can't even pull anything down, because the moment I hold on to the knob to pull it down, my hands slip. So now what the hell did I do? I just locked myself in even more. I just messed it all up, right? This is what happens in life when we are in a pickle or we are in a jam, some challenge, and we start reacting to it like panically, within panic. Okay, we start reacting to it, we make it worse, and that's what I did. So then I remembered a lesson from my own classes, from in our mindfulness classes that I teach my students, and the lesson comes from this one story. So now we're jumping into the second story. This story I teach to my students, and I hope you, my LIF, which is mindfulness classes, I teach this to them, and I hope you can learn from this story as well. So this is the story of a professor who comes to his class and he presents a ball of extremely knotted knots, those wires that you knot up so much that it's highly impossible to try to unknot it all. So he presents this knotted thing to the classroom, and I'm paraphrasing the story here, but the overall idea is the same. And he tells his students who can unknot this knot. Okay, and many students are like, I can do it, sir, and they all jump and immediately try to unknot, but then the knots get even further knotted and it becomes a mess. Going back to the parable of our lives, right? The more we react in victimhood and panicky and with fear, it becomes a, comment down below, mess. Okay, so that's what the students were trying to do, and the knot became even more knotted and even more of a mess. Then after most of the students had tried out their hand at undoing the knot, the professor noticed that there was one kid who was still sitting down way at the back of the classroom, and he noticed he was just sitting there. So he said, do you want to try to unknot this thing? And that student says, okay. So he makes his way to the front of the class, and instead of unknotting that ball of knots, he watched. He looked at the ball of knots from different angles. He just looked. He didn't do anything. He took a moment to look. He didn't touch it. He just looked. And within a few moments, he was able to get the insights by looking first and unknot the ball of knots perfectly. Now, the moral of that story was pause and look at the situation from a bird's eye view. What does that mean? Bird's eye view as in third person. Don't get into the victim state. You must see it in the bigger, broader perspective. If you were just a passerby to the situation, what can you see that the victim cannot see? So see everything from a broader perspective. So jumping into one more story to tell you the answer to how I got myself out of that room. So if you are stuck in a house with a serial killer, all you can see is the serial killer and the exit door. That's it. You can't see anything around you because you're panicking. You're trying to save your butt, right? So you're running and all you can see is the serial killer behind you and the exit door in front of you. You cannot see what's on around you in that house. That is the state of panic, okay? Now, this guy who was undoing the knots, he paused and he looked and he found the answer. So remembering these two analogies, I thought to myself when I was trying to take down the lock, I thought to myself, okay, here is a mindful opportunity. Let me step back and look at this lock. And I looked and I looked and I looked. Okay, I didn't analyze nothing. I just looked at what was going on. And when I looked, I realized something, that I didn't need to pull the handle down. The handle was jammed. No matter how much I pull it down, it's not going to go down because it was locked in between two pieces of metal. So the only way I could get out was if I somehow got this up here in this free space and then pull it back down. That insight did not come to me 25 minutes I was trying to do all these stunts, but it came to me when I just looked. And then I hit this up, because all I needed was to hit it up. It came up to this free place where you can move the knob, and as it came to the free place, I was able to pull it back down because it wasn't stuck here. It was up here in the free place, and I was able to pull it back down and come out of my room. Now when I came out of my room, firstly, success, right? Life situation is the same way. I went downstairs and I saw a family member who was struggling with fixing a lamp, and they were cursing the lamp company, and why do they make it so tough and hard and this and that. And I told them the story of how I came out of my room, and I said, just pause and look. You will see something that you can't see when you're busy trying to fix it without looking. So I asked them to look, and they took a few seconds to look, and bing bing, aha moment happened, and they fixed the lamp. Okay, so life is like that. If you want to fix something or move through a challenge, don't go in reaction, victim, scared, panicky, serial killer is behind me. Don't just stop. Okay, there's no serial killer. Breathe. Look at the situation. Look all around you. What am I not seeing here? What is really going on? Look at it passively, without judging it, without resisting it, and you will understand the situation. And when you can understand something, you can come out of it. But when you're in panicky, serial killer is behind me, womp, 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 sound, you don't have all of what you need to get out of it, okay? Because you can't even see things around you. So this is the stories within stories that I hope you can take back and start applying it into your own life. So next time, pause and look at the bigger picture instead of getting sucked into reaction mode. Pause and look, and you'll find a solution where you did not see one before. Okay, I hope you guys took the lesson from this one. Please let me know in the comments. Firstly, did you gain some some value from being here? 2, what is the lesson that you took back? 3, how do you think this can benefit your life? 4, do you want me to make more videos like this? Please let me know. These are the things I'm inspired to do right now. So I hope you guys are still with me. And these are the things that will make a bigger impact on your life than just manifestation techniques. Because techniques don't teach you insight and mastery over your own mind, okay? So I want you to always see these things as more foundational than just law of attraction techniques, because they're the bandages, but you need to learn how to stop hurting yourself first, right? And that's where mindfulness comes in. So I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you soon in another video. Namaste.